The Valley of the Sun set a new record high today as Phoenix Rising is finally back home at 38th in Washington to play host to Birmingham Legion FC, an Eastern Conference foe. It's match day number 22, and you're watching the USL Championship. I want to welcome you in here high above 38th in Washington. Killian McClatchy, my partner, Joe Lowry. Joe, it is so good to be back. Almost a full month since Phoenix Rising took this pitch right here behind us.
Yeah, Phoenix are thrilled to be back here in the Valley of the Sun. A huge opportunity you mentioned with the temperature. You see a lot of home games for Phoenix between now and the end of the season. This is a real area where they can take advantage of a team in Birmingham who don't have these same conditions on a regular basis.
Yeah, certainly is. For Birmingham, they've got the humidity. Not much of that here tonight. Certainly going to be a hot one, though. We're going to start off, though, with our players to watch presented by Circle K. We're going to start with the visitors from Birmingham, and it's their forward, the guy who's been leading the charge for them all year, Ronaldo Damas.
Yeah, Ronaldo Damas, 8 goals on the season. He is trending towards another double-digit scoring season. That will be his 4th different club that he will have scored double-digit goals in the USL Championship. The guy is an aerial target, has good feet, can stretch into the channels. Damas is the most threatening Birmingham player on the field tonight.
Yeah, 3 goals in his last 5 matches to see the number 8 on the season as a whole. Over on the other side, this is a Phoenix Rising club, really thin at the back line. This is something we've talked about kind of all season long, but Asela Senge, he's the only available center back tonight.
Yeah, Mo Traore out injured. Pat Marboy picked up that red card off the bench in Orange County on Wednesday. Then you look further and further down the list, and you don't have a lot of other options. It is Asela Senge on loan from the LA Galaxy, who's going to have a massive responsibility, the 22-year-old, in the middle of the Rising back line tonight.
Certainly is going to be a lot to keep an eye on, a lot of interesting changes. We'll tell you through them. When we come back from this break, we got kickoff starting lineups for match day 22. It's Phoenix Rising. It's Birmingham Legion when we come back. The USL on CBS is presented by Best Western Hotels and Resorts, the official hotel partner of the United Soccer League.
Hey, just a reminder that me and some friends are headed to the credit card bill tomorrow.
Again, I hate that you're always going to the credit card. Why can't you stay here and do things with us?
You don't generate the same interest. You know what I mean. You know what I mean.
Get your money working and keep more of it at home with 0% interest for 6 months on new Visa credit cards at America First.
Hey, John Hamm.
Hey, Gare Bear.
You still coming to my dog's birthday party?
I would, but I have to sell my car.
Well, just sell it to Carvana.
Carvana, huh?
Great offers, 100% online. They'll pick it up. You told me about Carvana.
Did I?
And isn't that your car?
I mean, that could be anybody's car. Okay, fine, I sold it to Carvana. Thank you. Whoa.
So you'll come.
There's satisfaction in sacrifice, in spilling blood, sweat, and tears, in knowing that you left it all on the floor and never threw in the towel. Well, except to clean up the mess. Giving it all for your team is worth every drop. Modelo, brewed for fans with a fighting spirit.
When you trust your heart to Abrazo Health, you're choosing one of the Valley's largest networks of cardiologists.
Nationally recognized for the heart care we provide and a dedicated heart hospital.
You're choosing a team who has dedicated their lives to help save yours.
We are here for every heartbeat, from preventative diagnostic testing
to performing complex, life-saving heart surgeries.
In matters of the heart, we believe it's a journey that we all take together.
Because heart care is better together.
Tonight's broadcast of Phoenix Rising FC is presented by Carvana, ASMC, and America First. Back in Phoenix, home of the 2023 USL champions, Rising and Birmingham Legion, getting ready to get match day number 22 kicked off here in the Valley of the Sun. We're going to give you the starting 11 for both sides, starting off with the visitors from Birmingham, led by head coach Mark Briggs. Here's the 11 lining up in a 3-4-3 tonight.
Yeah, Briggs has really seized back into that 3-4-3 look that we associate with him from Sacramento. We talked about Ronaldo Damas in the open, this lethal goal-scoring striker. Also keep an eye on Malik Howell in the middle of that back line, making his Birmingham Legion debut tonight, the former Las Vegas center back.
Yeah, Howell's going to be certainly an eye to keep as the defenders really on both sides. As we flip over to Phoenix as the 11 for Pamuduka, a lot of changes in and out. The big one, Pierce Rizzo, 88 Academy player, starting at right back tonight alongside Asel Asenge. Braxton Montgomery did exit the team, officially signed with Rutgers to go play college soccer.
And one Academy kid out, one Academy kid in Pierce Rizzo, making his very first start out here at 38th in Washington, a Phoenix native. A huge moment for him in what really, Killian, is a patchwork back line. Asel Asenge is the only player in his natural position across that back four. How Rising deal with Birmingham's attacking play tonight is going to be key.
Certainly he's got Carl Saint and Zian Emmers as well in that midfield, with one of the best players all season for Phoenix, Hope Avievu, kind of commanding things in the center. Here is Lowry's Lowdown. It has been far too long since we've had this. Presented by Peoria Nissan. Joe, what have you got?
Yeah, Killian's getting low during the lowdown. I like this. For Phoenix Rising, it's about attacking space around Enzo Martinez, playing at home against a Mark Briggs team that likes to sit a little bit deeper. Enzo Martinez often steps forward out of their midfield double pivot and goes and masquerades as a sort of number 10. There'll be opportunities to attack the space around the 34-year-old who's been a long-time mainstay of this Birmingham squad. And for Birmingham, it's about targeting that patchwork back line. When you look at this group, it's Pierce Rizzo, a teenager playing out of position. He's more of a center mid than he is a right back. It's Ryan Flood, who spent a lot of last year playing at striker, who's playing at center back tonight. It's Emil Quaisho, who's a number 10 turned left back. And then it's Asel Asenge, the 22-year-old. Birmingham will have opportunities to go 1v1 against Phoenix tonight.
Our head referee tonight is John Mazzo, as he has the whistle in his mouth, officially underway back in Phoenix. It's been nearly a month since Rising were at home. Got a long stretch, though, to close out this regular season. And they are officially back, coming in record of 6 wins, 5 losses, 5 draws, 23 points on the year. Currently sitting, as it stands going into the night, 7th place in the Western Conference. But as we mentioned in the open of the broadcast, there's not a lot of difference between the top half and the bottom playoff spots. There's Flood, Rising 2-3-2 at home. And there's a ball over the top looking for Sacco, who just can't get a foot to it. A good ball in through that side. And we were talking a little bit about it before the match started. We'll stay with Phoenix at least for a few more moments. You have Rizzo at right back, a lot of players out of position. What are you kind of expecting to see from this back line? Could we expect some shuffling, some moving around, a little bit of fluidity in the shape? Or are you expecting it to be pretty solid?
Yeah, it's always going to be a little fluid with Rizzo at right back and Emil Quaisho at left back, because Quaisho likes to go and freelance a little bit in the midfield, and Rizzo is a natural center mid at heart. So far, though, defensively, it looks like this flat back four from Pamuduka. And just a moment ago in possession, it looks fairly standard, but Killian are absolutely right to spotlight that area for Phoenix tonight. They're going to be busy back in their own third as they deal with Birmingham in transition, and really curious to see what the full picture is when this team has those sustained periods of possession.
Nice little piece of defensive work. The first opportunity as a nice little touch from Sacco. Tries to switch ends. Can't get it through anywhere, as that one's sat down by Tregarthen. He'll pick it up, work it across midfield, try to get around Carl Saint. Has himself just enough room as Avievu comes to help out. And it's laid all the way back for Shashua.
And a lot of interesting attacking players to watch for Mark Briggs' side tonight. You think about Ronaldo Damas and how good he's been across multiple different clubs in the USL Championship. You think about Samuel Shashua, who's on loan from Minnesota United at the MLS level, the former Tottenham Youth player who's been very bright in his limited minutes for Birmingham. Tyler Pasher, a guy with MLS pedigree who's tricky on the ball. But Sebastian Tregarthen, Killian's a guy who's really stood out to me as I've watched this Birmingham team play. He's a tricky, dribbly 1v1 player in his first year as a professional. Keep an eye on him as that right wing back tonight and see what he does going forward against Emil Quaisho.
Shashua gets away, and nicely done, poking that one away from Emil Quaisho. On him like sunscreen in this hot Phoenix day. Martinez with one of his first touches gets it away. Flip over to this other side, this Birmingham club. 4 wins, 8 losses, 6 draws, sitting with 18 points. Currently sit just a spot outside of the playoffs in 9th in the Eastern Conference. This is a club, they've kind of had a little bit of an up and down season. Did end up coming away with a bit of a dramatic advance in the Jägermeister Cup. As Avayevu gets it off of his feet, some space in behind for Sacco, has to wait for the ball. Sacco fed through, Dennis an extra touch and it bounces around. But Fernando Delgado springs on it and able to toss it away quickly. First bit of danger from this Phoenix attack tonight.
Yeah, huge opportunity for Phoenix Rising. They've been really bright going forward. Even in the first couple of minutes here, so much of it's gone through Isan Sacco, who does well to feed Charlie Dennis. Can't quite get that last touch cleanly. And the Phoenix native, Fernando Delgado, pounces on that ball inside his own 18.
Rizzo loses his feet. That one's sent in, but Flood in the right spot gets ahead to it. Cleared out of the 18. It's going to be sent all the way back.
And to go back to Birmingham, Killian, with how they've progressed under Mark Briggs, just their second ever manager in USL Championship history, Birmingham Legion, after they parted ways with Tom Sohn earlier on this season. Some mixed results, as you said, under Mark Briggs so far. They do advance in the Jägermeister Cup, which is a real step for them as they try to find some positive momentum and climb above the playoff line as well in USL Championship play. This is a team that's gotten stronger when it comes to their roster. I think Mark Briggs has a lot of belief inside of the Birmingham locker room as well. Someone with a successful pedigree in USL Championship across Sacramento.
Right-footed shot. That one goes off the chest or head of Flood, who was right in the way. Rakowski looks like he would have had it covered, but it's sent all the way back. And Malik Howell makes one of his first touches, as you mentioned, his debut. Transfer made his way over from Las Vegas. Made 10 appearances so far this season. And his ball sent in, and Asenge just gets a boot to it and sends it high into the air. As Johnson, bit of a misplay.
Yeah, between Malik Howell and Samuel Shashua, Edwin Laszlo, you look through this team, a lot of new faces in this Birmingham group for Mark Briggs to get to work with.
Yeah, here's the Spooner availability report. No Popmar Boy tonight. Suspended, picked up a red card earlier this week in Orange County, and then Remy Cabral, Colin Smith, and Mo Traore all still working back. A bit of a knock. Suffered earlier this season, and then you've got Mensah and Lacey unavailable this evening for Birmingham.
And no Mo Traore out with that longer-term injury. And Popmar Boy, that red card coming off the bench against Orange County midweek on Wednesday. That one really stings for Phoenix. It means that Ryan Flood's got to be back in that center back spot and eat up more minutes in what is not his natural position. Although, to be fair to Ryan Flood, he's looked quite good at times in that center back role next to Asel Asenge over the last month or so.
Poor pass from Asenge. As ball laid down through. Extra pass right by the feet of Martinez, who was making a good run. Might not have just had his head up in time to pick that one up. It would have been a great opportunity in on goal. Martinez comes back to the ball and plays it back to reset things. A little chip forward, a bit too far. Shashoa can't get there. Johnson gets a back heel to it, right down to Avayevu. We'll play it off to Quayshow.
And Darius Johnson's doing a good job, even as Phoenix are stuck pinned in into their own third. He's doing a good job of getting back to help Emil Quayshow to deal with Sebastian Tregarthen and Samuel Shashua over on that side.
Ball from Avayevu, but the return a bit too far. Goes right to the knees of Emmers. Dennis going to turn. Gives off for Sacco, who will chase it down and keep it in. Sacco out on the right wing. Right for the Belgian Emmers, who lays off Rizzo. Back to Emmers. Emmers cutting towards the midfield. Carl Saint. Quayshow. Now Darius Johnson. Johnson taking a few steps forward. Going to wait. Likes to pull it back out and send back to Ryan Flood.
And you see Birmingham back in this 5-4-1 defensive shape. They're perfectly happy to sit back deep in their own third. Just 18th. Since Mark Briggs has taken over in passes in the attacking third, a lot of their game is spent a little deeper down the field, especially on the road. They're more than comfortable being in that back five.
Senge trying to maneuver a little bit of traffic. Dennis back on the right wing. Dennis going to cross it in low and bounces in one hop into the arms of the Phoenix native Fernando Delgado, the youngster officially signed on this year. He was on loan, played for couple matches a season ago, but this is the youngest USL debut man in league history. Made his debut at just 15 back in 2021. Getting an opportunity to be the guy over the last couple weeks. He's kind of settled in to that starting role between the sticks for Birmingham.
Yeah, taking over for the veteran Matt Van Oekel in between those sticks. Delgado's a really high potential player. Still has some areas in his game to improve. His claiming, his ability to control the ball, especially aerially when it's inside the 18. But clearly a very talented shot stopper and a dangerous distributor as well for Birmingham.
Avievu tried to go quick. He's going to try and jump on the pass. It was deflected around as Howe bounces it all the way back. Back three, Patterson, Howe, Thiago Suarez. 3 defenders tonight for Birmingham Legion.
And Malik Howe just gives them another dimension defensively. It's been Jake Roof starting in the middle. We've seen Fenwell Kavita in that spot as well earlier this season. Malik Howell's athleticism, his ability to be that sweeper in behind is a huge asset. It's a big part of Las Vegas, some of their success last season. Getting some sniffs with Jamaica as well, Malik Howell. He's a really talented player, a great in-season pickup from Birmingham.
You mentioned that 3 caps in his career with the Reggae Boys. Senge passed it around. Pierce Rizzo. Rizzo tries to feed one through, right to the feet waiting, and it'll be knocked out. Nothing really too dangerous. The USL is on the CBS Sports Network, and it kicks off August with a League One Battle of the South as newcomer FC Naples takes on South Georgia Tormenta FC. Wednesday, August 6th at 8 p.m. Eastern on the CBS Sports Network. Sacco had that ball in from Avievu, but a miscommunication between the two as we've played 10 minutes here tonight in Phoenix.
And Killian, you asked earlier, how would this Phoenix back line look with Pierce Rizzo playing in that right back role? We've seen him start at the 6, a couple of games recently for Phoenix Rising. We saw it on Wednesday. He's in a different role that he's not played a lot throughout his career. He's playing sort of as a withdrawn right back, which is not all that dissimilar from what we would have seen from Braxton Montgomery right before he heads off to Rutgers this past week. Somebody who will sit a little bit deeper, will try to combine and link play from deeper areas, but also provide that occasional ball over the top. We saw just a moment ago Isan Sacco try to make that darting run in behind, and it's Rizzo that tries to feed him there. Doesn't quite come off, but you see Sacco raise that thumb and say, all right, I like that. I want to see more of that. Rizzo's distribution from deeper areas is really going to be what he brings to that right back role tonight.
Rizzo did a nice job settling that ball and pressing it ahead. Sacco, flag stays down as he'll stop and turn to the edge of the 18. Try to get around. Nicely done defensively, though, on that far side from Patterson. That one taken away, and it'll be a free kick to Birmingham.
And I see Isan Sacco make another one of those inside to outside runs. A few times already tonight he's made that diagonal run from the center channel, the 9s channel, over into that space where Charlie Dennis is occupied, and Dennis then underlaps and cuts in centrally. Sacco's played a lot of winger this year and throughout his career. He likes to range into those outer spaces, into the half spaces. How Phoenix react, right, with a crashing runner if the 9's not filling that central channel? Is it Hope Avievu? Is it Dennis underlapping and cutting inside? Darius Johnson crashing from the weak side. Really curious to see how that pattern continues to unfold tonight with Sacco moving towards the right. Who's going to fill in centrally?
It's a rising club. Run of form. It's been not what they would want over the last few weeks. As ball settled down, Tregarthen tries to play one ahead, but Flood will just watch it roll out the back for a goal kick. Lost last time out at Orange County. It was a 4-1 defeat. The only goal came off the foot of Sacco. And then you go and you look back, 2 other losses and a draw, so just 4 points total out of their last 5 matches. And yet still, it's the USL Championship, and they're only 4 out of 3rd place. Too poor of a touch there from Quayshow. Goes right back. Chua now stopping and turning. Lasso goes down, no whistle. Avievu with some space, gives it off for Dennis as he has to wait for some help. Avievu over to Rizzo. Here's Rizzo, the youngster, Phoenix native, currently on an academy contract at UC Irvine to play his college ball. His first career start earlier this week, as you mentioned, in midfield at Orange County. Avievu takes a shot from behind. much to the chagrin of A.J. Patterson.
On Rizzo, Killian. Braxton Montgomery, we mentioned it already in this broadcast, headed off to Rutgers to play Big Ten soccer. Good opportunity for Montgomery, who was on another one of those USL Academy contracts that allows players to come in and play professional soccer in the USL while also retaining their college eligibility. Talked about UC Irvine for Pierce Rizzo. This is the time of year when players tend to report for college soccer heading into their freshman year. Curious to see how long Rizzo is here. Phoenix are certainly light on bodies right now. That's something to watch.
Saka gets his head to it, but it calmly falls down. Wouldn't matter anyways. The flag was up for offside. As take a second to remind you, Phoenix Children's is the exclusive and official pediatric medical partner of Phoenix Rising. Phoenix Children provides expert care to children and their families, including primary and specialty care. Phoenix Children's is bringing care closer to home. To learn more, visit phoenixchildrens.org. Those things, starting to see a lot more teams in the championship as a whole. Certainly seen it this year from Phoenix with as many academy players that have seen first team minutes, but this is one of the big things. Get these academy players in, get them signed up, get them opportunities, and especially with these academy contracts, allowing them to go and play in college. It is such a big positive for the league to grow.
Yeah, it's a huge part of the league maturing, right? And the clubs inside of the USL Championship maturing and adding younger players from their local areas. It's a big part of establishing yourself as a club in your city. And Phoenix are in the midst of the early stages of that exact process. Under Pamadou Ka, to his credit, coming in for his first season in the USL Championship in charge of Phoenix Rising from day one. A huge point of emphasis from Pamadou Ka, this idea of youth development. It's a Phoenix native. It's a great way to see players from this area get a chance to go and take the next step in their careers. It helps the community as a whole feel more in touch with the club. It's been a major, major step for Phoenix Rising in 2025.
I'm sure as Avayevu gets it back in the midfield, and they'll lay it around, Phoenix looking to build up. I'm sure Pamadou Ka would not have liked to have had to dip so far into the academy ranks this season in his first year, but certainly can't complain all too often with the minutes that you've gotten from a Braxton Montgomery, now from a Pierce Rizzo in his short time in the first team. Jamison Payne as a whole. As Dennis able to spin his way out of a little bit of danger and lay it off. Rizzo to the center for Emmers. Phoenix kind of on the outside, just poking and prodding, seeing where an opportunity may present itself. Quayshow trying a little 1-2, making a run. Avayevu gets one through. Quayshow with an opportunity. Quayshow goes for a goal. Emmy Quayshow, 1-0 Phoenix.
A number 10 in a left back's body. Emil Quayshow always eager to get forward into the final third. It is such a clever underlapping run from the left back. Gets inside of Thiago Suarez and hits that ball. First time, puts his laces through it on the left. Had the chance to cut it back to the trailing runner. Decides to take it himself and beats Fernando Delgado. It's 1-0 Phoenix Rising.
Quayshow with his first goal of the season. Big moment for the man who has moved around a little bit, wasn't sure exactly what his role and position was going to be in this club. Had some knocks earlier in the year that kept him out. And getting some first team minutes, and he makes his mark, 16 into this match here tonight.
Yeah, it's been a tough season, Killian. You got to that well for Emil Quayshow. Injuries, coming back from injury, maybe coming back a little too soon. Having a longer layoff as a result, gets back into this team, is finally getting a consistent run of games at left back. And the early stages of this game, the first 15-20 minutes, have really set up well for Emil Quayshow, with Phoenix having some of those sustained possession sequences where he can go and actually move into the attacking half a little bit and get on the ball and create on this left side, with Darius Johnson and Hope Avayevu coming to link up on that left. Really sharp opening stages of this game from Emil Quayshow in the attacking half.
Good start for a Phoenix team that fell behind early, gave up a goal 20 minutes into Orange County, and it looks like they're off and running and trying to find a second Emmers comes through into the 18, and that one chipped away, and it will be a corner to Phoenix. First Carvana corner kick of the night.
Yeah, really good back-to-front play there from Phoenix Rising. Quick tempo in their possession. You can see Sion Emmers there, who's always moving the ball quickly in central midfield, applauding some of that speed, urging this team to continue pushing forward. Phoenix moving the ball quickly, and it's paying off.
Carvana, proud sponsor of Phoenix Rising. Carvana will drive you happy. It's Charlie Dennis readying that dangerous left foot. On the far corner, Englishman, low cross in, bounces around off the back foot of Asenge, who's starting his way back as Martinez, bit of a poor cross. One 1-0 to Phoenix early on. Birmingham on the back foot. This is a Birmingham team. This is just the fourth ever meeting between the two clubs, but unbeaten in their prior 2 trips here to Phoenix. As Waiton finally put back into play.
We see Birmingham trying to build and look for opportunities to break into the midfield. Enzo Martinez, the veteran central playmaker of this team, shifting higher and higher, playing right underneath or even at times alongside Ronaldo Damas. Up top, leaving Edwin Laszlo to be that deep-lying playmaker for this team. They're not having a lot of success accessing Martinez higher up the field. Lasso's having to do a lot of that deeper distribution.
Lasso, good spinning ball in behind, long run for Rizzo. As Hamuda gets to it, unable to keep it alive. Rizzo, nice touch to keep it going and trying to break out. An opportunity for Emmers, but pass wasn't there for Sacco, who tried to make the run a little too soon. Tyler Pasher. Martinez now back to Pasher. Canadian. Elmira, Ontario, as ball sent over the top of everybody. Litter just keeps it in touch. Martinez coming back to help support as Enzo Martinez does get the ball to his feet. Martinez from Montevideo, Uruguay. 8 goals and 6 assists a year ago. One of the best to ever do it in the championship in the midfield. He actually has the record for all-time leading goal scorer by a midfielder. Ball bouncing around, now a man down in a bit of a heap. Long shot, and that one fired right into the south end as Charlie Dennis was a little slow to get up. Fans are going to watch the USL Championship in Spanish on 2DN, the nation's leading Spanish language sports network, for 2 upcoming matches. Monterey Bay FC faces off against FC Tulsa on Wednesday, August 6th at 10 p.m. Eastern. And then Lexington SC battle Phoenix Rising on Saturday, August 9th at 6 p.m. Go to USLChampionship.com for the complete USL TV listings. Al swings to A.J. Patterson. Seeing Tyler Pasher now switch to this near side, the right wing for Birmingham. He started up kind of roaming on the left as he and Samuel Shashuja have switched sides. Pasher, a little cut back, getting around Johnson to get himself some space. Lasso all the way over for Hamuda and unable to get there. Nicely done by Rizzo, as Rizzo an opportunity. Has to cut back around to it. Dennis chasing it down, snuck in behind. Martinez shoulders off Emmers. Nice jump there from Asenge, reading that pass. Dennis making a run. Sacco elects to play it back.
Yeah, Phoenix now with a chance to establish themselves on the ball a little bit. That's 2 sequences from Charlie Dennis, almost back to back, where he's on the ball and ends up missing out on an opportunity for Phoenix Rising to kickstart a transition. He just ends up with the ball right back for Birmingham. Emil Quasio's had a couple of those moments as well. Just hanging on the ball a little bit too long inside their own half. Gives Birmingham time to establish that counter press and win back possession. It's got to be a little cleaner for Phoenix as they move forward.
Enzo Martinez, a little fiery down there in the midfield. Talked a lot about him. He's really the engine that kind of makes this whole attack go. As Flood pressured and taken to the ground, and it will be a foul. Pasher a little too much contact.
Well, it's interesting, Killian, how Mark Briggs has set up this Birmingham team with Enzo Martinez, as I referenced earlier, stepping high almost as a lone number 10 behind Ronaldo Damas, leaving Edwin Lasso deeper as that lone 6. What you end up with in possession instead of this flat 3-4-3 is more of a 3-diamond 3, right? For Phoenix Rising fans, Diego Gomez in his interim spell last year used that shape quite often in that 3-diamond 3 in possession. You have Lazo as the deep-lying 6, and you have Pasher and Shashua as the 2 wider 8s.
Sacco, little one-touch, Aveyevu. Aveyevu sets it up, Aveyevu! A special strike makes it 2-0.
Hope Aveyevu has been the signing of the season for Phoenix Rising, pulling the strings as a number 10, creating chances for others. We saw that on the Emil Quaisio goal earlier in the first half, and also capitalizing on looks himself. That lovely right-footed strike cushions it so well with the inside of the right foot. Gets enough speed and certainly the placement to beat an outstretched Fernando Delgado. It's 2-0 Phoenix Rising here in the Valley of the Sun.
A touch of class from the number 10. Hope Aveyevu, his 5th goal on the season. Make it 11 contributions total now. As you said, the signing of the season for Pamuduka and this club. And Pamuduka says, all right, cool, you celebrated, let's go again.
And that's certainly the attitude of the Phoenix Rising manager, always wanting more out of this group. Coming out of last season where Phoenix struggled so much in the attack, just 20th in goals in the USL Championship last year, 16th in expected goals. Relatively astute defensively, but really struggled to manufacture chances in the attack. Had to address that in the roster build over the offseason, and Hope Aveyevu identified as a key part of that transition to making this team more dangerous going forward. He has delivered and then some in 2025.
Johnson takes some contact, and immediate yellow for Edwin Lasso. As Johnson back up on his feet. I don't know if it's something about the Arizona heat or what it is, but at least to start these first 30 or so minutes, as see Lasso, a little too much of Johnson on that challenge. They have come out very aggressive in the first half hour.
Yeah, that's a great point. Killian. Phoenix certainly look like they're playing at a quicker speed than Birmingham.
Saint has to shoulder off Ronaldo Damas. Quaisio to the other goal scorer, Hope Aveyevu. This is a bit of a poor pass, intercepted. Now potential opportunity on a break. Having to wait up as Red Kits start to hustle back. Showa gets it off of his feet. They play it all the way back. Now for Suarez. You mentioned the goal scoring again. A year ago, it was a struggle for Phoenix Rising. They went into the offseason, knew that it needed to change. And you look at them, and they're one of the tops in the league now in goals scored.
Yeah, they've been incredibly effective in that part of the field this season. 3rd in the league in goals per game coming into this weekend. Now, there's a give and take there, right? Last year, Phoenix were very, very strong defensively over the course of the season. The attack lagged.
Damas with an opportunity as it took a weird deflection. Shot a bit of a scissor kick there right at the spot, but it was right at Patrick Rakowski.
Yeah, right place, right time there for Rakowski in between the sticks. Fortunate that Ronaldo Damas doesn't get a better strike on that ball. Phoenix, a bit of a let-off there defensively, and that, Killian, has kind of been the theme in a lot of ways of 2025 for Phoenix Rising. as good as they've been going forward defensively, they've lagged this year and really struggled to find the balance between attack and defense. They're allowing more expected goals than any team in the USL Championship on a per-game basis this season. They've been too open defensively at times this year, and part of that's been to really kickstart the attack. But there's work to be done for Pa Mutuka and this group to really find that mixture of, yes, being dangerous offensively, but not conceding too many chances going the other direction.
I mean, you look, this is a club, 3+ goals in 8 separate matches this season in all competitions. And obviously some of that you look at, a bit of an outlier. The Houston Dynamo match in the Open Cup, that was one, had to throw numbers. He gave up 4 goals. But still 3 goals in 8 matches across the season certainly starts to add up. Nice turn from Johnson. And nearly trips up over himself. Now goes down, and going to be a foul on Johnson. And that will be an unpopular call there by the head referee.
Yeah, initially it looked to me as though Sebastian Tregarthen had brought down Darius Johnson. You see a little bit of the kick out there. Johnson goes down quite easily, but you do see that leg extend from Tregarthen. Interesting call there.
Also an early change for Birmingham, as Edwin Lasso, who picked up that yellow card early, will be exiting after less than a half an hour of work. And the Aussie Sam Acklehatton will come and check in.
Yeah, fascinating change here from Mark Briggs. Lazo had picked up that yellow card, but even still a really, really early swap there. Curious to see how Birmingham adjust now without their rangy ball winner, but Lazo also had done some really sharp distribution with those long switches. It will be Sam Mickelhatton entering into this midfield. Birmingham have some work to do.
Into the hydration break, and so we've played 30 minutes. We'll give you a quick little recap of how we got to this 2-0 scoreline, as Phoenix has come out quickly. It started in the 17th. Emi Quayshow, a good bit of play. Great pass from Hope Avievu. And a bit of a tight angle. Emi Quayshow just fires it in the goal. And then just a few minutes later, right back, Hope Avievu has been one of the best players all season. Great touch from Sacco. And then a touch of class from Hope.
Yes, Isan Sacco and Hope Avievu linking up together. 2 new brilliant additions to this Phoenix Rising attack. Avievu has thrived, Killian, in this role of real responsibility. For the first time in his career, he's had a lot of that on his shoulders, and he's embraced it. You see it in his game. He's not been bogged down by the responsibility that's been placed on him. He knows what his role has to be in this team as that primary creator, but also auxiliary goal scorer, and he's brought that so far tonight.
This is Avievu, a young man from Accra, Ghana. Started his professional career. He was found during an international scouting trip. He was coached by Pa Mutuka there at North Texas. Kind of moved around, spent last season with Ventura County, but he was good. 11 goals, got 19 assists over his past 3 professional seasons. And when he came in, it was one of those things where you kind of looked at him and said, yeah, hey, this guy could be effective. You don't really know what you're going to get from him. Felt like there was more in the tank from what he gave at North Texas. And he's come in here, taken that opportunity, and absolutely run with it.
Yeah, it's his first ever stint in the USL Championship. It's been all 3rd division for Hope Avievu across USL League One, MLS Next Pro. Now having a real chance to step forward and really seize an important role in the USL Championship environment. He's embraced it. Been a huge part of this Phoenix team.
Back underway after the hydration break. Killian McClatchy, Joe Lowry, thanks for spending some of your time tonight with us, wherever you may be. Live this evening on CBS Sports Golazzo.
And we're already seeing, Killian, some changes from Mark Briggs and this Birmingham team coming out of that hydration break. Sam Mickelhatton as that deep-lying player, really just swapping like for like with Edwin Lazo. We're seeing Enzo Martinez drop deeper and further to the left as this left-sided number 8 in what's really a 3-5-2. Now in possession with Samuel Sashua and Enzo Martinez as those 2 free 8s, and Tyler Pasher stepping forward alongside Ronaldo Damas. A shape change from Mark Briggs to try to get his team into this game in possession.
Bit of a shove from behind on that throw-in by Sacco. It'll be free kick as Birmingham wants to take it quickly. More on Michael Hatton, one of the newer signings for this Birmingham club from Sydney, Australia. That's 5 years with Sydney Olympic FC, the second division of the Australian pyramid. Played 7 matches at the start of the season with Sydney Olympic before officially making the move to the States. As Tregarthen, a little bit of a shove, goes down, fighting now for the ball with Quaisho. Still keeps it at his feet despite going to ground. Moda. Michael Hatton. Cal, a little back and forth with the Australian. Phoenix with this 2-0 lead as ball played through. Takes his deflection off of Asenge. Saint gets a quick touch to it. Asenge has to essentially hesitate. Bit of a weird play. And now a long run as Rizzo watches it roll out. Quick throw in. Martinez going to turn. Martinez goes for the ball. Can't end up getting it. Aveyevu a bit too far away from Dennis, who slides down and rolls it away. Birmingham still trying to go quickly, is sensing a potential opportunity. Ball trying to run all the way through. Tregarthen, who somehow keeps it in, headed right down by Quaisho as Johnson will begin running it the other direction. Emmers collects back to Quaisho.
And that's well done from Sian Emmers, recognizing that Phoenix had to slow that play down in order to escape pressure from Birmingham after another couple of successful spells of counter pressure from them. Heads up play.
Good ball from Dennis. Long run from the youngster Pierce Rizzo. Dennis comes back to it. Aveyevu back for Rizzo. Aveyevu chipped forward, chested down by Charlie Dennis. Now Saint. Ball played through. Sacco. One touch a little too far away. Dennis played through. Aveyevu. Aveyevu waits for it. Cross towards the center. Bit too far behind everybody. It took a deflection off of Howell and cleared away to quell the danger.
And that's excellent attacking play from Phoenix Rising. Everything but setting up the shot there from Phoenix. Emil Quaisho with some really sharp distribution from those deeper areas. Phoenix continuing to threaten inside of Birmingham's third.
A little surprised that Aveyevu didn't try to go for goal. He had Sacco running across the face. And St. Quaisho wants the ball and gets it to his feet. Quaisho, bit of a poor pass, now caught out of position. Emmer's going to have to chase it back down. Pasher turns on the Jets, going to hesitate. Emmer stays with him, nicely done from the Belgian. Emmers wins that challenge and sends Birmingham back.
Yeah, that is fantastic defensive work from Sian Emmers. That's a huge part of why Phoenix Rising bring him into this midfield in the first place earlier on this season, signed in June. His ability to go both ways and to cover ground, whether it's Carl Saint or JP Skiers at the base of midfield. Emmers' work rate really does differentiate him from the rest of this group.
Aveyevu, that was a sliver away from sneaking through to a streaking Isan Sacco. Patterson did just enough to get a piece on it. Here's how as Martinez comes all the way back. Join the back line to try to move things forward.
And that doesn't surprise me. Enzo Martinez, there's been some more intentionality from Birmingham since that hydration break to get him on the ball. Seen Thiago Suarez try to break lines to find the veteran midfielder. Now it's Enzo Martinez taking things upon himself to drop a little bit deeper. Mentioned maybe that shape change into the 3-5-2. It hasn't quite been as rigid as that. It's Martinez having some more freedom to go and find the game. Even out.
Tregarthen knocked up into the air, headed up off the hand, and now knocked down. Left-footed shot, sneaks through. Tyler Pasher in the right spot as the ball was bounding around right at the face of Phoenix's goal, and Birmingham has one back.
Sebastian Tregarthen with that teasing service. Phoenix Rising can't get it clear, and it's Pasher pouncing on that ball. The left-footed strike. Pat Rakowski does get contact on that ball. Will be frustrated, the German, that he doesn't have it parried wide left of the frame. Rakowski might want that one back. When all is said and done, Birmingham bring it back within one.
Saw an opportunity early in this first half. Bit of miscommunication. Ball bounding around. Phoenix was able to clear it the first time, but not the second, as Pasher was right there. Second goal on the year for the Canadian. He had 8 assists and 6 goals a year ago. He's got 2 and 2 on the 2025 campaign now.
We talked about Killian earlier on tonight. This patchwork back line from Phoenix Rising, really just one player, Asela Senge, in their natural position. That goal doesn't necessarily stem from any huge failing of the back four for Phoenix Rising. Ryan Flood gets ahead on that ball to try to inch it away from danger. Carl Saint can't quite maneuver the ball out of danger, and Patrick Rakowski can't parry it wide. Two guys who are in more natural positions tonight. The back line, even despite that concession, has held up fairly well so far.
Sacco has to wait up for it, and that one chipped back behind everybody. As Hamoda waits it up. As Birmingham reset, I want to introduce you the ultimate match day deal from Phoenix Rising. It's the family 4-pack. You can enjoy 4 tickets, 4 entrees, 4 chips, and 4 waters or sodas, all for just $100. Bring your family and experience an unforgettable night of soccer. Get your family 4-pack now at phxrisingfc.com. We are Phoenix Rising. Todos Rojos. Garthen hesitates, met by a couple red kits. Johnson, great turn through. Johnson gets himself from space, still with the ball at his feet, and now goes down and earns the foul.
And Darius Johnson's been that 1v1, at times 1v2, 1v3 threat tonight. Such clever dribbling from the left winger to get out of traffic, and it's after doing some of that defensive dirty work to get back and help on Sebastian Tregarthen. Really, really nice stuff from Darius Johnson.
So 41 minutes played in this first half, 2-1. Quayshow and Avievu, the first 2 strikes. And then Tyler Pasher pulling one back for Birmingham is where we stand. We'll see if we've got anything left in this first 45 minutes. Flood over for a Senge. Senge wants one long over the top, but waiting patiently for it is Delgado, as he'll just roll it back out. Train, heard the horn going just a few moments ago. That train that runs right south.
The Hope Avievu train. A lot of paperwork involved in that, but we're trying.
I'm sure we can find somebody to try and maneuver that forward for you a little bit quicker. As Avievu, the man fighting with the ball with Pasher. Pasher ends up coming away with it. Coming to the center. Damas laid back for Martinez. Suarez coming to help out in attack. Over the top, Tregarthen again. A lot of space on that right wing. That one deflected down as Quayshow was right in front of it, and it is a goal kick.
And for Phoenix, the last few minutes of this first half, a huge opportunity to be disciplined, both in possession and in defense. You see some of that momentum to Tyler Pasher and Birmingham with that strike a few minutes ago. Really important for Rising to see out this half, get into the locker room, reset a little bit, and try to establish some more of that attacking momentum they had early on in this half.
Senge up for Dennis. Sent into the middle as Saint, that one just kind of rolls past everybody. As Thiago Suarez plays it down to himself.
Let's say, Killian, one of the things I've been most surprised by in this first half is how little we've seen Birmingham go at Pierce Rizzo, the teenager playing out of position as a right back tonight. You know, Rizzo's been a bit fortunate. He's been sharp so far through a lot of this game, but a little bit fortunate in some ways that he's had Ramiz Hamuda across from him, another teenager, someone who is maybe more center back than he is wing back, provides really good counterbalance to Sebastian Tregarthen as the more reserved outside back for Mark Briggs. But Rizzo hasn't had a whole lot to do defensively. Curious to see if in the second half, Mark Briggs, maybe we see Sebastian Saucedo come on and start to drive at Pierce Rizzo at some point 1v1 in the second 45.
That's the youngster as Dennis tries to press forward. It'll be out. Quick throw as Dennis will pick it up and wait, and it will hold off. As reminded that Select is proud to be the official match ball supplier of the USL Championship. From the Academy to the big leagues, Select is there every step of the way. Visit us.select-sport.com for the latest Select products, specials, and more. Select, the player's choice. Patterson dribbles it forward. Seen a lot of action up this right side for Birmingham, especially in the last 15 or so minutes. It's where that goal came from as they go right back that way. Tregarthen knocks it down. Won't matter, his flag is up. He was offside.
And we've seen more and more of Sebastian Tregarthen as this half has wore on. Such a tricky player, the Uruguayan right wing back. Hasn't quite had that final product just yet, but it is his bit of service that leads to that Tyler Pasher goal.
You have to imagine that was a point of emphasis coming in here, knowing that you have Quaisho likes to be aggressive. He wants to get up and help an attack, so potential try and catch him a little out of position.
Yeah, no doubt. If you're an opposing team looking for weaknesses in this Phoenix Rising team, that they like to push the outside backs forward, that Quaisho likes to and has such value that he can add in the attack.
There
certainly a thing that you look at.
An opportunity. Tregarthen, Quaisho has to run all the way back. Tregarthen waits up. Pasher, the stop and turn, deflection. Tregarthen gets a touch to it as Avievu comes flying in and goes down, and he will draw the contact and the foul.
How good is that from Hope Avievu? Phoenix Rising's number 10, tracking all the way back to defend as a left back and to help out that side of Phoenix Rising's back line. Somebody who leads the team in goal contributions, the only Phoenix player over double digits at this stage of the season, and yet is still so engaged right before halftime in this Phoenix heat. Such an effective, well-rounded player, Hope Avievu.
Dennis waiting. Near side, Quaisho. Carl Saint. Asenge wants to work himself forward a little bit. Over for Rizzo, a bit too strong of a pass. And Rizzo can't control the touch, but it will be a throw to Phoenix. Saint feeds one through to Avievu, takes a little bit of contact. Right back to number 10 in red, Avievu. One touch, Sacco tried to sneak one through to Emmers, who was making an attacking run. I have to imagine this might be the last little opportunity in this first half. Approaching the end of that 4 minutes. Quaisho in the midfield, bounces around. Pasher will settle it down and play it back. Tregarthen. See if they get an opportunity. Delgado.
Yeah, Delgado waving this team forward. Happy to step forward and be that centermost player in the build-up to try and help Birmingham push even more bodies into that attacking half to mount something before the whistle.
Looks like they are going to get a chance. Pasher. Mickelhatton. Now to Howell. Turn from Patterson into the center. As Asenge just sticks his foot in. Rizzo has to wait for it to come back to the ground. Damas tries to cut around, goes down. Asenge, lots of pushing and shoving, nothing there. As Dennis trying to shoulder off, and now a whistle, and it will be a free kick. And looks like everybody's just kind of decided that's going to be the end of the first half. Never heard the whistle blow all the way, but looks like it's the end of the first 45.
Got to get that hearing check for both of us, Killian. An interesting first half here. Phoenix Rising showing off some of that dazzling attacking play that we've seen, but Birmingham certainly not out of this game. Their ability to go and manufacture chances, we're seeing some of it down this right side especially.
Well, it's 2-1 through the first 45 as the two sides make their way back to the locker room. They'll cool off for a little bit, go over the tactics, and see what they have in store for the second half. Rising lead, 2-1. Don't go anywhere. We got the halftime report coming up on the other side of this break.
Oh, Waymo's here.
The what?
The Waymo.
What's a Waymo?
There you go.
It's driving itself.
You're okay. It's driving itself.
It's driving itself.
It's driving itself.
How does it do this?
Magic.
And now, everybody who's fueled by your local Circle K. There's flower shop owners, neighborhood bakers, awesome food truck sandwich makers, gearheads, mighty motorheads, farmers and their farmsteads, life-saving physicians and head-banging musicians, that guy who helps you change your spare, and rock star nurses. Hey. The people we rely on every day are fueled by Circle K. Every single day, fueled by Circle K.
Billy, I need help with the clicker.
Yeah, one second, Grandma. This guy's gonna buy my car.
Billy, you still there?
Okay,
You need Carvana. What's your plate number?
Boss, M-O-V.
Vehicle features, no accidents, right?
No.
Good. Generating offer. Carvana can pick it up tomorrow.
That's an amazing offer. Do you still need help with the clicker?
I'll ask your sister.
Sell your car the easy way with Carvana.
Arizona drivers, get ready to hit the road in style. It's time for Cruise in the Canyon at Coulter Buick GMC Tempe. We're burning up the desert, and we're dropping prices like never before. Cruise into a new 24 Buick Envision, lease as low as $219 a month, or save with low 2.9% APR financing on a new 25 GMC Hummer EV. So get up, get out, and start cruising the canyon at Coulter Buick GMC Tempe. Experience the difference.
Todos Rojos. It's more than a color. Es comunidad. It's a state of mind. It means we rise together. Stronger, louder, prouder. Like a phoenix from the fire, we overcame. And we all know smoke rises.
They are brothers, but they are little brothers. Just slap them tonight, all right? Hey, what was the call there, Edwin?
Back in at the half in Phoenix. It's 2-1. Phoenix Rising on top of Birmingham Legion. Midway through here at 38th and Washington. Don't go anywhere. Keep going with a halftime report on the other side of this break. Bill McClatchy and Joe Lowry here on CBS Sports Golazo.
Today we went to the beach, and it was totally worth it.
Stay 3 nights this summer at Best Western and get $50 off a future stay.
Prinks Tires in the USL help soccer journeys everywhere to drive harder. From city playgrounds to suburban sidelines. From early mornings to late nights. From fun with friends to winner takes all. From the biggest fan to the biggest heart. And at every turn, Prinks Tires will be there for the long haul.
Today, we accomplished nothing. I mean it, not a thing. And it was kind of everything.
Stay 3 nights this summer at Best Western and get $50 off a future stay.
On the ground, stepping Cisnero! For Reed Steven! Tormenta is in front!
Phoenix! 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 Woo! Out of here. I'm out.
Phoenix! Phoenix!
The USL on CBS is presented by Best Western Hotels and Resorts, the official hotel partner of the United Soccer League. Back in Phoenix, saw the planes rolling through in the background. And that last shot, 2-1. Phoenix Rising on top of Birmingham Legion FC is going to bring you the news and notes from around the championship. Brought to you by Best Western. Big Derby Day. Lexington SC 82-52 against Louisville City FC. And you look at the Jägermeister Cup, Joe Lowry's favorite domestic competition. 7 of the 8 spots moving on into the knockout stage. And then Las Vegas, wheeling and dealing. They pick up Anthony Herbert and Mackenzie Gaines. One of the guys going out, Malik Howell, who's obviously now with Birmingham. So certainly it's that time of year, a little silly season.
Yeah, Killian, I'm still stuck on you calling it just my favorite domestic cup competition, not mine. Everyone. This is a competition for the people, the Jägermeister Cup.
That's fair. Birmingham Legion advancing. They snuck through on one of the wild card berths as they'll play Rhode Island on the 20th in that Jägermeister Cup. So certainly a big move from that Birmingham club. It came away with a 2-1 win over Forward Madison to sneak their way through. As there you go, check out the scoreboard from around the championship, also presented by Best Western. Western Conference getting things going. The wheeling and dealing for Las Vegas didn't work tonight. 6-0 El Paso walloped Las Vegas Lights got a really good one going right now in the second half as a 1-1 between San Antonio and Sacramento. And then Louisville City just continues to chug along 4-1. A big win over North Carolina FC. Well, fans, we now want to take a quick pause to remember our friend and colleague, John Kochel, who passed away Thursday evening following a courageous 9-year battle with brain cancer. Despite countless surgeries and treatments, John embraced life every day with a passion and love that lit up every room that he walked into. A valued member of the USL HQ staff since 2015, he will forever be remembered by his big smile, contagious laugh, and his deep love for his family. John is survived by his wife and his son. He was just 39 years old.
When you choose Arizona Sports Medicine Center, you have access to one of the Valley's most advanced sports medicine and orthopedic care teams.
You're choosing a multidisciplinary team who are dedicated to providing the care you need.
That's why we offer advanced treatments, both surgical and non-surgical options, including robotic-assisted procedures.
If you suffer from chronic joint pain, a sports injury, or need rehab after surgery, we're here to help you get back to doing what you love to do.
Care is more than just treatment. It's a journey we take together.
The monsoon can drastically change our weather in just minutes.
With First Alert Weather, any changes, you'll know first, you'll know before.
Get the First Alert before you plan your day.
Get the First Alert before your commute home.
Get the First Alert to keep your family safe.
No matter what's on the horizon, when we know, you'll know. It's why we First Alert.
Only on Arizona's Family.
Oh, Waymo's here.
The what?
The Waymo.
What's a Waymo?
There you go.
It's driving itself.
You're okay. It's driving itself.
It's driving itself.
It's driving itself.
How does it do this?
Magic.
There's satisfaction in sacrifice, in spilling blood, sweat, and tears, in knowing that you left it all on the floor and never threw in the towel. Well, except to clean up the mess. Giving it all for your team is worth every drop. Modelo, brewed for fans with a fighting spirit.
Tonight's broadcast of Phoenix Rising FC is presented by Carvana, ASMC, and America First. Back in 38th and Washington, downtown Phoenix, Arizona, 2-1, rising on top of Birmingham Legion. Killian McClatchy, Joe Lowry bringing to this one here tonight. It was a fun first half, and we got some of the first half highlights for you. There was certainly a lot of excitement. You get 3 goals in the first 45. Certainly can't complain about that, as here are your first half highlights presented by Gila River Resorts and Casinos. Started 17 minutes in. Beautiful bit of play. Hope Aveyevu finds Emil Quayshow and makes it 1-0.
Yeah, Quayshow calling off Charlie Dennis, who'd made that run near the penalty spot, said, "I'll take this myself. Thank you very much." Buries it into the back of Fernando Delgado's net off of a lovely piece of service. Hope Aveyevu.
First goal in the season, and then right back, the assist man, Isan Sako. Beautiful touch, lays it down, and then the 10 in red knocks it home from outside of the box. A curler, top bins.
Yeah, Phoenix Rising have scored on their only 2 shots of the evening. Interested to see how they continue to produce in the second half.
And the turnaround, just a bit of a weird play. Sebastian Tregartha gets a ball to it, knocked up off the hand of Rakowski, and then a bit of contact. Tyler Pasher, right place, right time, and just not enough of the ball collected from Patrick Rakowski, and Pasher picks up his second goal in the year and pulls him back to within 1.
Yeah, Rakowski gets down to his left on this play, but can't get enough behind the ball to parry it wide. Comes in too quickly from Tyler Pasher. Phoenix find themselves with just a 1-goal lead heading into the second half.
Here are your first half stats. You mentioned 2 shots, 2 goals. Pretty efficient there math-wise. But possession leaning in the favor of Phoenix. I think it's fair to say that the last 10-15 minutes of that first half, Birmingham did a much better job controlling things and kind of doing what they wanted to with the ball.
Yeah, the game tilted a little bit after that hydration break. A couple of tweaks from Mark Briggs allowing Enzo Martinez more fluidity to move around the midfield. But also for Phoenix Rising, we talked about, yes, they've been efficient in the attack. We see 4 shots for Birmingham, not a lot of quality looks for the visitors. You had that Ronaldo Dama shot from close range that ends up coming after this little dink play inside of Phoenix's own box. But a big opportunity so far for this ragtag back line. They have stood fairly well so far in this game, Killian, have not allowed a lot of obvious clear-cut opportunities for the visitors. That's a real credit to this back four tonight.
Yeah, that back four, Pierce Rizzo, Asel Asenge, Ryan Flood, and that man right there, Emil Quaisho, one of the goal scorers on the evening, as there is Tyler Pasher talking things over with Enzo Martinez. That's a guy you'd love to just sit down and chat about the game of football with. Enzo Martinez.
Could be too distracted by the man bun.
I mean, that's fair. Maybe put you guys with like a divider in between you.
Yeah, or back to back. I mean,
yeah, that'll help.
We could make it work.
Yeah.
We could make it work.
I know Joe Lowry, the football goblin, would absolutely love that.
And he's got such an interesting role, Enzo Martinez. I would love that, Killian. In this Birmingham team, Mark Briggs has come in. He's shifted the structure defensively to this 3-4-3, 5-4-1, a look that he knows well from Sacramento. But has given Martinez this more advanced role in midfield. And sure, we've seen him in that 10 role at times before. But him having this interpretation of part number 8, part number 10 in the midfield for Birmingham, a really interesting setup.
Back underway. As right out of the halftime break, it'll be a whistle and a foul. A free kick, Birmingham wants to take it quickly. Hamoda, strong pass right into his knees, and that one bounces around, and then another quick whistle as Dennis got a little tangled up with Hamoda. I'm going to go collect that ball as get a new one set up. Quickly, reminder, soccer season is officially here, and SeatGeek is the official ticketing partner of the USL. Get all your USL tickets and more from the #1 ticketing site, SeatGeek. Your ticket to great seats. Shashoa and Pasher, the two setting up to take this free kick as there's pushing and shoving there on the line. Pierce Rizzo right next to Ronaldo Damas. Those two getting a quick chat. Pasher going to be the one to take it. Pasher sent in, knocked around, just too far away from the outstretched toe of Damas. Second time he's been that close to finding net.
Well, how good was this free kick? The service from Tyler Pasher, so well weighted. Gives Birmingham a chance to play that ball inside Phoenix's box, and Damas can't quite direct it towards Patrick Urkowski. A real chance, though, for Birmingham right out of the gates.
Delgado takes a touch. Lay it all. That one, long ball, switching ends. Patterson. Showa. Chipped ahead looking for Martinez. Martinez takes a little bit of a slip. Try to get a leg up to keep possession of that ball and just wasn't able to do so. Avievu will stop in turn to get himself a little bit of space. Swing all the way to Pierce Rizzo. Mr. Rizzo, we mentioned, committed to UC Irvine. Go play his collegiate soccer. Filling in that role, Braxton Montgomery, who's really turned himself into a staple of this back line for Phoenix this season. exited the club earlier this week. He officially signed with Rutgers. Best of luck to Braxton. Certainly this Phoenix crowd and these fans be very excited to see how he does this fall back in New Jersey. Here's Dennis. Dennis tries to get it to his left foot. Have to wait. Rizzo coming to help out as Dennis has to chase that one down. Rizzo, a bit too much of a American football tackle. And it'll be a free kick.
Got some of that in his veins as well, Pierce Rizzo, who I've been impressed with so far tonight, playing in that unfamiliar right back role, providing some smooth distribution on the ball. Not flawless, certainly, in that phase of play, but hasn't been exposed defensively in this game whatsoever. Rizzo adapting quite well to that right-sided fullback spot.
Hamoda. Mickelhat. Now for Howell is Avievu. Assist and a goal tonight. Brings him up to 12 goal contributions in the championship this season. Leads the team. Played ahead, Martinez takes a bit of a shot from behind, and it will be a free kick. Martinez wants to go quickly, and he does. Damas, as it would have been Damas one-on-one with Rizzo, but head referee John Mazzo says, nope, bring it right back here. We're going to take a second. That's one for Birmingham. That battle between Ronaldo Damas and Asela Senge. Damas has had a couple chances, but nothing really substantial that you would expect to see from Ronaldo Damas this season.
No, Asela Senge has been excellent defending tonight. We saw that towards the end of the first half, a real physical battle.
Nice back heel. Diving in after it is Rakowski. They were looking for Damas, starting to get a little more involved in the early portion of the second half.
Yeah, but that's effective defensive play from Phoenix. Patrick Rakowski does so well to come off his line there and claim that ball. Phoenix have done well to limit Ronaldo Damas's dangerous opportunities in front of goal. Haven't quite totally starved him for service, but Asenge's hung tough on the opposing talisman.
Rizzo calls for it and gets it to his feet. Stop and turn, lay it back to Flood in the center. Show for Avievu.
That's great off-ball movement there from Hope Avievu. Drifting to the right side of Sam Mickelhatton to pick up space outside of the opposing single pivot. Really, that's what we're seeing right now from Birmingham as they transition to get back into their structure. It's Mickelhatton who's all alone there at the base of midfield. Avievu's going to have a field day drifting and picking up the ball as he did at times in the first half.
So I'm looking for Johnson. It'll be a foot race, but too far. That's out the back for a goal kick. As Birmingham gets set back up for this goal kick, Phoenix Rising and Modelo have teamed up to offer the ultimate game night experience. For just $20, you can get one ticket and one 24-ounce Modelo to elevate your game day. Don't miss out on this special offer. Get your tickets today and cheer on Phoenix Rising. Buy now at phxrisingfc.com. We are Phoenix Rising. Todos Rojos. Mickelhatton with the ball at the center. All poked around the Australian Mickelhatton. Action came way of Sydney Olympic FC, second division of Australia. In over 80 appearances over the course of 5 seasons, including playing in the first 7 before making the jump here to the States. Hamoda tries to press it through in behind Rizzo. Bit of a mistake, a tug. Going to keep on going. Rizzo now battling. Crossed over. Damas, bicycle kick, not there. Back post. off the crossbar and in, and it's level.
Talked about it towards the end of the first half. Surprised that Birmingham hadn't spent more time driving at the teenager Pierce Rizzo. And it's Samuel Sashua who does exactly that to drive Birmingham forward down this left side and serve the ball across to the other side of the box. Damas takes a crack at it. Falls even further. And it's Sebastian Tregarthen who levels this game for the visitors 2-2.
Tregarthen, young man from Uruguay. He was a Team of the Year selection last year in USL League Two with Asheville City. He had 7 goals. Played at Lindsey Wilson College. He's the Conference Player of the Year. And he's on the board for the second time this season, his second goal. And it is back even at 2-2.
It's a credit to Mark Briggs-Killian that he's found that right wing back role for Tregarthen, who's been so effective driving forward on the ball. And yes, picking up good pockets off the ball as well, being patient and waiting for those opportunities to come across on the opposite wing. Tregarthen, such an effective attacker and is balanced so well by Ramiz Hamuda at the opposite wing back spot. A really nice give and take from Birmingham and their personnel on the outside backs.
There's some contact from behind. It was Howell way up in the midfield as Phoenix wants to go back quickly. See if they can answer back quickly. Dennis pressing his way forward. Dennis chips one ahead. Sacco, step over. Still the ball at the edge of the 18. Emerslow cross, bounces around, but nobody there. They're looking for Avayevu on the near side. That one's sent up. Damas going to run back as he takes a little bit of a tumble after some contact with Flood. Dennis has Rizzo coming to help out, unable to keep him moving forward as he has to wait up for the ball. Senge, Joe, we talked about it in the first half. This Phoenix Rising club, they've been able to score goals. They figured that part out. As Rizzo crossed in, back post, going down, a lot of contact. Johnson went flying through at that back post. Nothing there, and a lot of outstretched arms in red. As John Mato shakes the finger and says, play on.
Yeah, certainly bodies flying around there inside the 18 for Phoenix Rising. First, look at this service from Pierce Rizzo. How good is that ball across the face of goal? Trying to make up for his defensive error at the other side. You do see Tregarthen tug a little bit on Darius Johnson as he tries to meet that cross from Pierce Rizzo. The Phoenix bench none too pleased at that no call.
That is Malik Howell down and getting stretched out. Benjamin making his debut tonight here for Birmingham. 10 appearances with Las Vegas before making his way out here, as looks like he is up and good to go. As we were saying in that first half, this is a Phoenix Rising club. They struggled to score a year ago. Really good defense. They went out, they adjusted, they made those changes. One of the top scoring teams in the league, but they haven't been able to keep the ball out of their own net this season. Long ball over the top. Pasher, a good run in behind, gets past Rizzo. Asher has a bit of an overlapping run from Ramoto, but elects not to take it. Quick little one-touch passing. Ashusha. There you go. Into Damas. Now crossed over, back post, nobody there. Johnson has to double back to help out, and now Quaisho chips it forward and runs right into the defender, and it'll be a free kick.
Yeah, see the collision there. Emil Quaisho trying to push this Phoenix Rising team forward. When you get the distinct impression that there's absolutely some action left in this game. Phoenix still with just the 2 shots, but they have moved the ball into the final third with relative ease. Tonight they found the weak points in Birmingham's structure, working the ball outside their single pivot, releasing the forward line as well. and Birmingham are starting to find some success targeting individual Phoenix Rising defenders. There's some juice left in the last 30 minutes plus.
Pasher giving off Tregarthen. And that one deflected out, and it will be a corner. Just the second corner overall tonight from either side. This is a Carvana corner kick. Carvana, proud sponsor of Phoenix Rising, will drive you happy. So Pasher will be the man to set it up. Donning the captain's armband. Up the center, it's a foot race. Pasher, a left-footed shot, and he sends that one out into the parking lot. Going back very quickly as Dennis swinging back the other direction. Some pushing and shoving. Avievu gets his head to the ball. Sacco going to wait up for it, but flag is up. And Sacco a little frustrated with that one. And he's asking for a little bit of tugging at the jersey. An hour played in Phoenix. Killian McClatchy, Joe Lowry. Got a level game once again. It was Quayshaw and Avievu, the two goal scorers for Phoenix. Got them out to a 2-0 lead. And then Pasher and Tregarthen answering right back. Poor pass from Rizzo. He leaves his spot, comes over to get a deflection on it. If he didn't get that, there was a lot of space for Pasher on this left wing. Now Emmers trying to swing it back the other direction. Foot race. Dennis, if he can get there. Charlie Dennis. And now Delgado just has to come out and clear it away. It will be a corner to Phoenix.
That's a great run there from Charlie Dennis. Just doesn't quite have the speed to beat Ramiz Hamuda down this near side for Phoenix Rising, but Sion Emmers on the same page with the right winger so far. I am curious to see, Killian, when we see either one of these teams dip into their bench, some real attacking options for both managers that we haven't seen so far tonight.
Setting up another Carvana corner kick. Will be the left boot of Charlie Dennis. At South End, starting to make a little bit of noise for their home team. Dennis sent towards the center, headed out, not fully away. Avievu. Set it out. This one crossed in, just too tall for Sacco. Couldn't get his head to it. Flood chipped up Emmers. Emmers wants the volley, and Asenge was in the way. It took a deflection, but it took one extra off of a Birmingham defender, and they'll reset it. Seen one towards the near post, one towards the center of the box. This one towards the back post, bounces around. Sacco keeps possession. Sacco down towards the end line, and nothing will come of that chance.
Yeah, that whole thing caught Isan Sacco just a little bit off guard. Didn't expect that ball to make its way all the way to him on the far side of the box. Can't end up serving that ball in.
Fans can't watch the match? Be sure to turn on Sirius XM FC 157. It's North America's only 24/7 source for engaging soccer talk, including USL All Access Tuesdays, plus hear live matches from the USL, MLS, Premier League, and more, all on Sirius XM FC 157 and the new Sirius XM app. This is soccer fans' favorite time of year. Got the U.S. schedule right in the thick of it. Ball over the top, flag stays down. Thomas, one-on-one with Asenge. Right at the edge of the 18. Given off. Shashoa. Sent back into the middle. That one poked away, though, as Dennis will clear it out. Long run and a foot race for Sacco. Sacco gets a touch to it, but can't keep it in. And it'll be a throw to Birmingham.
And going back to that other end, it's another bit of excellent defending there from Marcel Asenge. Hanging so tough back in Phoenix Rising's box. You also get Sian Emmers tracking all the way back to help on the right side of defense. Such great energy defensively from Asenge, from Emmers, from Avievu tonight, all throughout the 60-plus minutes we've seen so far.
Great effort. Hasn't necessarily been enough to keep the lead for this Phoenix club. 2 unanswered goals from Birmingham. As long run. Tregarthen in behind. Down near the post. That one to the near side, and it ends up rolling in. It was Enzo Martinez, the last man to touch it. And Birmingham has come all the way back. It's 3-2.
An incisive bit of play from Birmingham down the right yet again. Sebastian Tregarthen gets all the way to the end line and plays a lovely cutback there for Enzo Martinez, the veteran, who does just enough to get that ball over the line. Tregarthen continuing to be a thorn in Phoenix Rising's side. In between Ryan Flood, Asel Asenge, and Patrick Rakowski, Phoenix can't clear that danger in the goal mouth. The visitors take a 3-2 lead.
Enzo Martinez has his second of the year. Probably the more unconventional goals he's scored in his recent memory, but he will take it. And he has Birmingham in the lead after falling down 2-0 early. And they've stormed all the way back, 3 unanswered goals. And after an hour plus played, the Eastern Conference foe Birmingham Legion currently staring at 3 points.
Yeah, really impressive way from Birmingham to work their way back into this game. Sure, you fall down into a 2-goal hole, but they've responded so well, keeping things relatively tight defensively in front of Fernando Delgado's net, and also finding some opportunities to go forward. And on the flip side for Phoenix Rising, these are the struggles, Killian, that we've talked about all season long. Really difficult to keep the ball out of Patrick Rakowski's net on the other side. Emil Quaisho and Pierce Rizzo struggling in the second half to deal with their counterparts defensively.
Avievu can't get there in time as Tregarthen starting it back the other way. Pasher. Tregarthen tried to stop. Lost his footing for a brief moment. Now you have to imagine the gears really turning in both dugouts for Mark Briggs and Pablo Duca. That ball swung all the way in. Rakowski will pick it up and quickly toss it back out. Have to imagine there's got to be some changes coming somewhere here shortly.
Yeah, certainly. I wonder if we see maybe another attacker come on the field, pushing Carl Saint back into the back line. You see Charlie Dennis maybe drop a line into central midfield. You get Damian Rivera or Darius Romella on the field. You don't have the types of defensive bodies to add any reinforcement in that part of the field. That makes me think that if Pamuduka is going to make a change, it's going to be to really tilt this team even further towards the attack and try to outshoot Birmingham in the rest of this match.
Dennis with a tug. It was just an errant pass from Rizzo. Launched it right into the shoulder of Carl Saint. So expecting a hydration break here in the next couple minutes, so that might be the moment we'll get some substitutes from either or both sides. Tregarthen hesitates. Nicely done by Saint to get his foot to it. Sacco weaves his way around a couple defenders, and a layoff for Johnson. Johnson quickly swarmed, and he chips it out somehow. Saint gonna switch to this near side. Rizzo with some space. Dennis. Rizzo helping out. Dennis crossed in over the head of Avievu. Avievu's just listed at 5'6". If he had a few more inches, might have been able to get his head to that one.
It's a great crashing run there from Hope Avievu, who will be left wondering what could have been on that service from Charlie Dennis. And that's what Charlie Dennis, Killian, brings to this right wing spot, is that in-swinging service. You see it on set pieces. You see it when he's used as that narrow winger as well from Pamadou Ka. Just can't quite connect there with the diminutive Avievu.
Emmers chips over for Avievu. Avievu, a goal and assist tonight. Weaves his way through. Sacco, 1-2. Avievu. Dennis saved by Delgado. The follow-up again saved. The young Fernando Delgado with a double to keep the advantage.
Fernando Delgado, take a bow in your hometown. That is some phenomenal goalkeeping.
Back post. Johnson tries to get to it. And a bit too far of a run, but it will be a corner to Phoenix.
And a huge missed opportunity there from Phoenix and Charlie Dennis just a moment ago. You saw the replay there. It is liquid stuff from Phoenix Rising high up the field. Hope Avievu yet again doing such good work to manufacture chances for this team. And it's everything but the finish. We'll get another look at it here.
This is that back post. They were going for Dennis. Sacco took a little bit of a shove, but ended up nothing there. Ended up actually giving a goal kick to Birmingham.
But again, there's something left, even still in this game after Birmingham take the lead.
That
one's a couple of subs as well.
Gonna fall right on top of the ball immediately, and Charlie Dennis not happy with that move. A quick yellow. Shashoa, he slipped and he just turned and dove right on top of the ball.
Now we'll catch the replay here. Shashoa, after just the slightest bit of contact, goes to ground. Killian, you're exactly right. Turtles around that ball. Easy yellow card, calling a free kick for Phoenix.
I mean, that looked more like the running back exchange with the quarterback, and it just, hey, fumble recovery. Get right on top of that. So changes coming, first of which will be an attacker. Cian Emmers will make way for Damian Rivera. As Rivera will come on, and it looks like Noble Okello will be the second man. And Okello will be making the swap with Carl Saint. So there goes the Carl Saint dropping into defense.
Yeah, I suspect we'll see Charlie Dennis drop a line into midfield.
So it will be interesting to see how it's going. It looks like, at least initially, Okello slotting in a like-for-like in that same spot as Carl Saint was operating tonight, as Okello immediately gets a chance to get his head on the ball.
Yeah, but rather than seeing Charlie Dennis drop into midfield to form a trio with Okello and Avievu, it's Avievu dropping a line to be in a sort of double pivot with Noble Okello. You get Dennis sticking on the right wing. You get Damian Rivera out on the left side, pushing Darius Johnson in as sort of a second striker. Phoenix really loading up in the attack.
Here's Dennis. He comes the overlap. Advantage played. Lots of attack in for Phoenix. Here's Rivera. Rivera lays off, crossed in behind everybody. Bounces around. Avievu just wide. The chances are coming for the hosts.
And you can see Pierce Rizzo applauding his attacking teammates there. The crowd out here at 38th and Washington doing the same as that ball from Hope Avievu goes just wide. Phoenix finding chances. They believe they have a way to get back in this game. The real trick, Killian, is not going to be finding those chances. Those will come. It's going to be about containing Birmingham, going the other direction. There's something left here for both sides.
Amoda played back and around. Really aggressive press, and Okello caught a bit too much contact. And Okello going to be called over for a conversation as Birmingham readies to make their second and third substitutions on the night. Looks like Amoda is going to be the first one coming off. He'll make way for Dawson McCartney. So McCartney waiting to come on. So Moto will come off. And Sebastian Saucedo will come on for Sashoa. So one change as Pierce Rizzo will also come off. So Jamison Ping will come on for Rizzo. And so now the real question is, what is this shape going to look like for Phoenix?
Yeah, we're seeing Darius Johnson, who's gone from left wing to second striker, now is dropping all the way back into the back line to play as a right back of sorts for the very first time in his Phoenix Rising career, with Jamison Ping going to play underneath Isan Sako.
Ping will get his first touch as Sako goes down after some contact. They'll play the advantage. Rivera working his way forward. He gets shouldered off by Suarez, though, as Sako's still down right around midfield. And a sliding tackle, and there will be a stoppage. They're going to come back, and it will be a booking. Malik Howell will pick up that yellow for the challenge put on Sako, and Sako a little frustrated it wasn't stopped a little sooner than that.
Yeah, it does indeed. We'll see the disciplinary proceedings play out here as we catch the replay. Contact there between Malik Howell and Isan Sako. Sako down, clutching that leg, now back up on his feet. As we go to the hydration break, Killian, it's not just Phoenix Rising making changes, but it's also Birmingham Legion. You talked about Sebastian Saucedo entering the field. This guy's a difference maker for Birmingham. Scores a delightful goal in that Jägermeister Cup game that booked Birmingham's spot in the next round of the Jägermeister Cup as one of those final 8 teams. This is a guy with 6,000, really a lot of them useful minutes across MLS and Liga MX. Saucedo, someone who's got experience in the RSL system here in American soccer. A really, really bright player. Birmingham fortunate to bring him into the fold. He's somebody to watch in the last 15 minutes plus tonight.
Well, hydration break. Every players will get themselves cooled down. We'll give you some of the highlights. It has been an exciting second half, and it's been all Birmingham Legion. Starting off in the 54th, Sebastian Tregarthen on the back post, buries one home, and then in the 64th, just 10 minutes later, we have an awkward one, but Enzo Martinez, man who always seems to know how to find the back of net, right place, right time, ends up practically kneeing the ball across the line to give Birmingham a 3-2 lead. 3 unanswered goals from Birmingham, and they're 15-ish so minutes away from taking 3 points on the road here.
And Martinez will be glad that they all count the same no matter the body part, Killian. A huge second half performance from Birmingham and Sebastian Tregarthen, who's an incredible story. You got into it a little bit earlier, but his rise now in his very first professional season, he's really been unleashed by Mark Briggs, who's trying to breathe some new life back into this club, taking over for Tom Sohn. Mark Briggs, you see him there on your screen. Somebody who's changed the tactical setup for this team in terms of their basic positioning. Somebody who's trying to instill some more advanced principles in this group as well. Tregarthen's been a huge beneficiary of all of the changes that have come into this Birmingham side. He is quickly proving himself to be one of the best outside backs in the entire second tier here in the United States.
Yeah, the young Uruguayan mentioned Team of the Year selection at USL League Two with Asheville City. Conference Player of the Year at Lindsey Wilson College. 17 goals and 13 assists in his 2 seasons. Well, we're done with the hydration break, trying to figure out whether it's a throw-in or a free kick. And out of that hydration break, if you're hungry, you can head on into Raising Cane's Chicken Fingers. Cane's hand-battered chicken fingers and delicious secret sauce is the perfect way to feed your post-game appetite. Raising Cane's Chicken Fingers, one love. So back underway, final 15-plus sets. Avievu, he's got a goal and an assist tonight, and now he goes down in a heap and nothing there. It will be a throw into Birmingham. Avievu up a little gingerly as As Birmingham taking their time now, watching the seconds tick away. Long throw. Quayshow will just watch it.
And you can see Darius Johnson there at the bottom of your screen motioning that, hey, I want the ball. I want to drive forward in possession. We're going to see a lot of that from Darius Johnson, playing as a right back tonight. Not a role that he's experienced much of throughout his career. Keep an eye on that gap between Darius Johnson at right back and Asela Senge as that right-sided center back.
Ball played over the top. Sacco gets his foot to it. Going to stop and turn. Sacco going to try to get into the center. Nothing there. Weaving his way around. Has the ball on his feet for a bit too long. And now here comes Birmingham. A potential to counter. Damas pressing forward. Here's Saucedo. Saucedo picked up by Asenge and then just cleared away by Pasher.
It doesn't amount to anything there from Birmingham, but it is Sebastian Saucedo picking the ball up in that exact gap that I'm talking about. He's a savvy player. Saucedo, a veteran of this game, a really, really dangerous, tricky, right-footed attacker who can play wide, is playing more in a front two. Off the bench here for Mark Briggs. Saucedo knows about that gap. He's going to drift into that space. Keep an eye on him.
A lot of responsibility for Asela Senge. Back there, I mentioned he's the lone healthy and active center back on the roster here tonight. As Johnson will receive it from Asenge. Johnson wants to move forward, going to be crossed in towards the back post, but well wide, and it'll be out for a goal kick. Phoenix has had their chances in this second half. That man right there, Fernando Delgado, the young Phoenix native, has turned most of them away in this second half. There's now Johnson, aggressive, trying to force the issue. And now Asengo battling with Damas, and a little pushing and shoving. Damas will take a moment to set the ball down, and Birmingham will again, they'll slowly and calmly get themselves set up.
Yeah, between a guy like Tyler Pasher and Ronaldo Damas, Malik Howell in the middle of this back line, A.J. Patterson, some guys with some real USL games under their belt at the moment. A lot of experience to understand how to manage these moments. Enzo Martin, I mean, the list goes on and on for this Birmingham group. How to manage the game and watch some of those seconds tick.
Yeah, a lot of experience out there on the pitch for the visitors. Trying to return home their next match. They have Hartford Athletic in Birmingham. And there's going to be a yellow card pulled. Looks like that's going to be on Damian Rivera, fresh into the match. This is a Birmingham side. This is a big match for them as well. As it stands, they jump themselves into playoff position, all the way up to 7th. Still a little way right now. It's really a race for 3rd in the Eastern Conference with how dominant Louisville City and Charleston have been. They both sit at the top, 41 points aside from both of those two. Certainly anything can happen in the playoffs, but you'd like to get yourself at least up to the 6th spot if you're Birmingham, so you don't have to go to Charleston.
And there's more than enough quality in this team to get to that spot. We talk about how open the West is. There's also real opportunity for teams towards the bottom of the Eastern Conference table to hop in and really make a push, even beyond the 6th spot, into that 4-5 in the Eastern Conference. Things are tight, as they do tend to be in the USL Championship.
It certainly is. So Stephen Turnbull, one of the subs, as Damas going to make way for Preston Tabor Taka. So Tregarthen comes off. He's arguably been the player of the match, and he'll get Little round of applause coming off. As this one thrown in, Akello gets his head to it and we'll just clear it away.
And you see Isan Sako trying to lead the press there. Phoenix, no. They haven't had a lot on the ball in the last 5 or so minutes of this game. Really, since the hydration break, there hasn't been a ton of action for Phoenix pushing forward. Isan Sako trying to get some life back into this team.
Johnson going to double all the way back to get that spinning ball. Quayshow opened the scoring tonight. 16 minutes in. And here's Avievu. Over for Dennis. Dennis on that right wing. Avievu making a little overlapping run. Right-footed cross just over the top, and it's level! A mistake from Delgado. And it was Damian Rivera who got a piece to it, and he's down in a heap. A couple bodies down. As Rivera helped to his feet. And now calling for the trainer. As a Birmingham player is down. That is Turnbull as Rivera bit awkward. It might actually have gone off of Turnbull, and it looks like it did. Turnbull looks like went down, tried to clear it, and then Rivera just kind of went over the top of him, and Turnbull took a little bit of contact to the back of the head.
And it comes out of sort of a nothing moment for Phoenix Rising. Hope Avievu trying to get on the ball on this near side. Charlie Dennis can't find him, decides to serve a ball into the box with his weaker right foot. And it's a well-weighted cross over to the back post. And it's Stephen Turnbull, as you said, Killian, who can't quite sort out that clearance.
Yeah, hang on a second, as it actually looks like this goal might not count. This goal, it looks like it is not going to count. They are taking it off. A yellow card has just been issued to somebody on the bench. They're showing the replay on the stand or on the video board here at 38th and Washington, and nearly the entire bench for Phoenix is out right now.
And Killian, I can't say I'm all that
now,
surprised.
Cian Emmers just got booked coming off the bench. This officiating crew certainly needs to grab a hold of this thing. So what looked like an own goal, it was Turnbull who headed it down, and still another yellow card has just been issued somewhere. The replay continuously being shown in here, and the fans are up in arms. So it was crossed in from Dennis. Turnbull was the one who got his head to it, headed it into his own goal. Rivera came over the top of him, made some contact. Here's another look. We're going to show it to you again.
Yeah, and that's the key, Killian, that you talked about there. Damian Rivera making contact with Stephen Turnbull at the back post. Really just climbs over top of the opposing outside back. I was saying earlier, I can't say I'm all that surprised to see this brought back. The contact there from Damian Rivera, extensive enough on Stephen Turnbull to see that reversed.
So Emil Quayshow comes off. The official scorer, a tough night to be that individual because we just had a flurry of yellow cards come out. There was at least 3 given to the bench, one of them to Cian Emmers as he came off the bench, had some words to be said to the head referee. As we are finally back playing, no goal, it is still 3-2. This one cleared away over the top as Asenge going to get it over to Johnson, and now a stoppage as the flag was up on the far side. Took it quickly. A lot of time ticked off during that stoppage, so you have to imagine a decent bit will be put back on. This one crossed in, looking for the head of Sacco, nothing there. Aveyevu for Dennis. Dennis on his left foot. Dennis crossed in, just too tall, and that one will level it. Charlie Dennis. Joe Lowry, what in the world has been this soccer match tonight?
Charlie Dennis will not be denied, making this game even more chaotic than it's already been. The Englishman on the right side of this Phoenix attack thought he'd had an assist just a moment ago. Now ends up directing this ball towards goal and watches as it trickles past Fernando Delgado. Phoenix Rising have leveled the scoring in this match. There's the in-swinging service. Sneaks all the way through, past Birmingham, past Phoenix Rising, to level this match 3-3 in the Valley of the Sun. We've got ourselves a game here, Killian.
And we've got 9 added minutes. So still plenty to be had here tonight. Charlie Dennis officially credited with that one. It's his 3rd goal on the campaign.
And in the midst of all the chaos, Killian, of the disallowed goal, we've seen Noble Okello drop back to a sort of center back role as Darius Formella has come onto the field to play next to Isan Sacco.
I mean, you could really argue in looking at it, Ryan Flood is still on there, but it's really a one center back in Asela Senge kind of back there all by his lonesome.
Very much so. Flood moving out left, Emil Quaisho off the field. Asenge is going to have a lot of defending to do should Birmingham have an opportunity, and they will, to attack her in transition. Phoenix, how they manage the game now that they're no longer looking for that goal to get a point, but are looking for that game winner. With Birmingham now trying to salvage something more out of this game than just a single point. A fascinating balance here.
Dennis wants to go back after it again to the back post. That one knocked away. Flood crossed back in towards the center and headed out. Not fully away and just cleared out of the box. And it will go out for a throw. And fans, take a breather. eFootball is here. Live your dream and rep your team. And play as your favorite USL Championship club. And eFootball is free to play, so download it now. Dennis, cross back in. Sacco gets his head to it, a bit too far away for Formella. Formella battling now. Birmingham, the last 10 minutes have thrown them on the back foot, and they are backpedaling heavy, trying to at least take a point from tonight. The back heel from Dennis. That one, great sliding attempt, and knocking it away. It looks like it caught a piece of Darius Johnson. It will be a goal kick.
I gotta say, Killian, this is about as close to a playoff atmosphere as you can imagine for a mid-season, regular season game. The crowd here at 38th and Washington living and dying with every touch here in second half stoppage time.
The USL Championship and League One are on CBS Sports and the ESPN platforms all season long. Catch live matches and expert analysis every day on the CBS Sports Golazo Network and ESPN+. Go to USLChampionship.com or USLLeague1.com for the complete USL TV listings. Fernando Delgado just booked for time wasting. And now a whistle and something else is going on. They're resetting this goal kick. Even Delgado doesn't really understand it. So we've played 3.5 of the 9. Delgado puts this one back in and officially back playing. This bounced around Martinez. Martinez making a run, ping right there at his hip. Laid off Pasher. Pasher crosses this one in for the back post, headed back across towards Rakowski, but wide of goal. Rakowski takes it quickly. Phoenix does not seem content with the one. Nicely done. That one knocked down from Howe as he got a piece to it. Off of Birmingham. This is a match that Rising held a 2-0 lead. And they went into the halftime break up 2-1. Gave up 3 unanswered goals and have crawled back thanks to Charlie Dennis's 90th minute goal. As that one way too far. And it will be a throw-in to Birmingham. A disallowed goal that came off. Phoenix thought they had tied it once.
And you said it, Killian. Phoenix Rising pushing, not content with this one goal that has gotten them level in this game. On the flip side, Birmingham, you can see it. You saw it with Delgado a moment ago. You see it now. Very, very eager to watch this clock continue to tick. Happy to get out of the desert with a single point here.
So Malik Howe was down, and now the head referee is calling for the trainer. The trainer arguing, saying he's back up. What do you need me out there for? Howe is now being told he needs to exit the pitch. An absolute roller coaster the last 20 minutes. So Howell walking around. He's going to have to wait to be let back onto the pitch, and it's going to be a foul. It will be a Kello. Little tug in the back of the kit. Now a Kello going to be booked.
Noble Akello gets wrong-sided there. Opts to do the smart thing. Yes, you see time tick off the clock, but you eliminate that chance for an in-behind play from Birmingham there, who will now be more than happy to reset and take a set-piece opportunity.
Two vastly different mentalities over these last couple minutes. Birmingham just trying to get through and take away a point. Phoenix has been pressing for the last 15, wanting all 3. But the window's open now for Birmingham. Pasher, long ball. Rakowski will take it right in his arms as Rakowski bounces around through a couple bodies and a long throw. Potential counter now for Phoenix. Here comes Aveyevu. Martinez behind him. He doesn't have the wheels. Aveyevu, left over, crossed right into the arms of Delgado. It was Ping who couldn't find it to the center of the 18. Long run. Johnson just mistimes it. McCartney now played through. Saucedo trying to work his way around Asenge. Ping in there, and now a whistle. This stadium, the emotions might as well be an open container of gasoline. There's a lit match dangling just above it as now Jamison Ping is booked.
And Sebastian Saucedo does so well there to continue that play. And it is Ping who certainly makes contact there with Saucedo. Yet another set-piece opportunity, and more important than that for Birmingham, a chance to watch time tick closer and closer to that final whistle.
So you have to wonder, here's one more look at it. A little contact there. Ping catches Saucedo. He's booked. Free kick. You have to wonder how much, if any, will be continued to play after this as we approach the 9. High ball. Nowhere near anything. This one played through. Flood now for Dennis. Dennis goes down. Bodies tumbling, and it will be a free kick to Phoenix. Played 99. Johnson in front of McCarthy. Johnson cuts back. Johnson one more time, goes down, and nothing there. Will be a goal kick.
Yeah, Darius Johnson looking for something. Doesn't quite get enough contact to make a convincing case there to the referee. Goes down a little too easily there, number 22.
Delgado telling everybody, move a little further forward. Delgado puts his right foot through it. Akello heads it down, but not away. Now it's a long run. Akello just sticks a foot in and clears away. Another opportunity potentially for Birmingham. 100 minutes played tonight in Phoenix. Nine was shown on the board. Now played 10. This one crossed in towards the near post, but nothing there. Saucedo tried to get ahead to it. Long throw. Dennis cross back for Sacco. Sacco takes some contact and he'll go down. It'll be a free kick. You have to wonder how many chances are left in it tonight. Rivera. Out of flood, Aveyevu. Aveyevu going to be sent towards the box. Nothing there. Johnson has to wait for it. Johnson crossed in, bounces around. Asenge is there, but can't get anything to it, and that is the full-time whistle. It'll end level at 3-3. Hands on knees and bodies to the turf. A point is shared between these two. And Joe, I don't necessarily think anybody is going home happy tonight with this outcome.
Yeah, except us and everybody else watching along at home on the neutral side of things. Killian, this is an absolute gem of a game. Momentum swings, chaos deep into the second half. More stoppage time than we've seen out here at 38th and Washington all season long. Missed opportunities certainly on both sides. But again, I keep coming back to it. This felt like a playoff game out here at 38th and Washington. Maybe, just maybe, if Phoenix can find the results between now and the end of the season, a sign of some things to come out here in the Valley.
So it ends 3-3. A lot of faces all around, I think, a bit disappointed with the final score. Phoenix now 6-5-6, 24 points on the campaign. Birmingham 4-8-7 with 19. Well, stick with us. We're going to take one more break and we'll come back and wrap things up for you from the Valley of the Sun.
And now, everybody who's fueled by your local Circle K. There's flower shop owners, neighborhood bakers, awesome food truck sandwich makers, gearheads, mighty motorheads, farmers and their farmsteads, life-saving physicians and head-banging musicians, that guy who helps you change your spare, and rock star nurses. Hey. The people we rely on every day are fueled by Circle K. Every single day, fueled by Circle K.
Hey, just a reminder that me and some friends are headed to the credit card bill tomorrow.
Again, I hate that you're always going to the credit card. Why can't you stay here and do things with us?
You don't generate the same interest. You know what I mean. You know what I mean.
Get your money working and keep more of it at home with 0% interest for 6 months on new Visa credit cards at America First.
Phoenix! 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 Woo! Out of here. I'm out.
Welcome back in. Full time in Phoenix, 3-3. Phoenix rising Birmingham Legion as the two end up sharing the points here tonight. And if you didn't join us for the last 20 or so minutes, you certainly missed out on one of the wackiest finishes to a match. We're going to give you the highlights of this match, brought to you by Gila Rivers Resorts and Casinos. We're going to start in the first half. It was a hot start for Phoenix. 2 goals right out of the gate, 17 minutes in. Beautiful bit of play, and Emil Quaisho has the first one of the night.
Yeah, it's a clever double move there from Quaisho, getting forward into the box and slamming that ball home with his left. And Phoenix weren't content with that 1-0 lead. Hope Aveyevu grabbing another goal contribution, 12 now on the season after this strike in the first half to make it 2-0 rising.
Yeah, he's been fantastic this year, a great addition for this club. But in the 39th, Birmingham answered back before the half. Tregarthen crosses one in off the hand of Patrick Rakowski, bounces around to the 18, and Tyler Pasher is in the right spot at the right time.
Yeah, Pasher puts enough speed on that ball to beat Patrick Rakowski. Gets down to his left but can't parry it wide. Phoenix Rising's number 1 will want that one back.
Flip over to the second half, and really to start the second, it was all Birmingham Legion. First one, about 50 minutes in, crossed in, back post. Damas went for the highlight reel, and then a bang home off the crossbar. Makes it 2-2, and then bit of an odd one. Enzo Martinez comes sliding in the face of Patrick Rakowski, gets just enough to sneak it past the goal line, and it's 3-2. After a disallowed goal, it was an own goal originally. Charlie Dennis sends one into a dangerous area, out of position, and then it's 3-3 in the 90th.
Yeah, Fernando Delgado planted there, expecting someone from Phoenix to get a foot on that ball, and ends up trickling all the way through into the back of his own net. Ryerson continued to push. Can't quite get that fourth goal. A barn burner killing out here in the Valley of the Sun.
An absolute wacky one to wrap up the night in the championship this evening. There are your final stats, 3-3. It was pretty level all the way around. Those yellow card numbers 4 and 3, I'm going to be honest with you, there might have been like 6 or 7 more somewhere over the last 10 minutes. There was plenty going on in this match, but a real level one on both sides. And again, I think we said it right before we went back. I don't think anybody's really happy with sharing the points here tonight.
No, Phoenix Rising feel a bit aggrieved with the disallowed goal and also some of their chances that went wanting in this game. And Birmingham had this game basically wrapped up, just sitting on that 3-2 lead late in the game into stoppage time. Could not see this game all the way out. A sign, Killian, that both of these teams still have growing to do under their first-year coaches, Mark Briggs in Birmingham, Pamadou Ka out here in Phoenix. Both teams currently a little dinged up as well, hoping to get back to full strength between now and the end of the season when that playoff push really, really continues.
Well, that's going to just about do it for us here in Phoenix. The final score, 3-3. Phoenix Rising and Birmingham Legion, the two, split the goals. Birmingham Legion head back home. They take on Hartford Athletic, whereas Phoenix hits the road. They play Lexington SC. Well, for my partner Joe Lowry, my name's Killian McClatchy. Thanks for joining us here tonight. You've been watching this presentation of the USL Championship. Be safe and enjoy the rest of your weekend.
This copyrighted telecast of the United Soccer League cannot be retransmitted, rebroadcast, or reproduced without the express written consent of the United Soccer League.